Okay. So, ito guys, manufacturer yung variable natin. And we said that we can use a geom bar. Ang default ni geom bar is that the statistical default is that it will count. So yung mga geom objects guys, geometric objects, meron siyang ka-pair na statistical measures. Si geom bar, ang ka-pair niya is count. Okay, so automatic yun. Hindi na natin sasabihin kay R na bilangin niya yung count ng mga instances ng mga iba't ibang manufacturers. So, are you sure guys, hindi pa natin na-discuss, no? Hello, guys.
Parang just wanted tayo to media check.
Sorry. Hindi pa?
Apo.
Okay. So, dito guys, let's create a data frame. So, in data frame natin, let's call it drugs. Okay, and then it consists of two variables, drug at saka effect. Si variable, we're concatenating characters here, A, B, and C. Tapos si effect, this is quantitative, 4.2, 9.7, 6.1. So si A, it corresponds to 4.2, si B, 9.7, si C, 6.1. Remember that guys, pag ang data frame, dapat pareho yung rows and columns, no? Pareho yung number of rows, no? So 2 columns, and then pare-pareho yung rows, 3 rows dito. So let's now create a geom bar out of this. So ggplot natin yung data natin. Run ko muna to. Hindi ko pa nararun. Okay, so I have now drugs here. So ggplot yung data natin drugs, yung mapping natin, si drug sa x-axis, si effect sa y-axis, and then we'll create a geom bar. If I run this, guys, mag-e-error siya. Okay? Mag-e-error siya. Bakit siya mag-e-error? Kasi, diba, si geom bar, guys, dapat hindi predetermined yung yung count niyan. Okay? Pero dito sinasabi natin, guys, si X drug, dapat ang Y niya, effect, this is a quantitative variable, dapat may bilang na to, no? 4 point something, 9 point something, 6 point something. Okay? So, nag-error tayo dito kasi si geom bar, ginagamit natin to pag hindi predetermined yung count. Okay? So, nag-conflict yung na to kasi predetermined na tong number ng drug natin as shown in the effect. No? Okay? So, nag-error siya. So, if we want R to use the effect quantity, lalagay natin itong, ko-qualify natin sa geom bar, dapat stat is equal to identity. In a sense, parang sinasabi niya, yung statistical, dito, gamitin natin yung binigay na data dito, no? Yung sa effect. Huwag na mag-assume si R na predetermined, na not predetermined, tapos magbibilang siya ng iba, no? Okay? So, that's what this means. Kasi we want drug to be associated with the effect. In other words, guys, predetermined yung bilang ni drug as shown in the effect variable. So if we do this, if we want that plotted, kailangan ilalagay natin yung stat is equal to identity. So let's run that. Yun. Pinat na niya. No? Pinat na niya yung instances ng drugs. So this is drug A, B, and C. And then yung effect, binilang niya dito. Okay? Of course, guys, pwede din namang geom point ang gagamitin natin instead of geom bar. Kaso nga lang, isang point yun. So it depends really on what you want. No? It depends on how you want it plotted. Okay. Any questions, guys, before we go to time series? Okay. So no questions. So let's use the economics data from ggplot2. So last time I showed you that some packages come with data sets with it. So si ggplot2, it comes with the MPG dataset that we were using, also economics, tapos may faithful pa doon. And you know, guys, that if you want to know what economics is all about, so you can, of course, use the help function R, which is really very helpful. So economics. Yan. Yan na ba? Yan, this one. So it's from ggplot2. No? So data set produced from US Economic Time Series from Fred. Okay, so merong economics in wide format and in long format. And then it has 574 observations with 6 variables. The 6 variables are yung date, yung personal consumption expenditure, yung population in thousands, yung savings, personal savings rate, median duration of unemployment in weeks, and then the number of unemployed in thousands. Okay, so those are your 6 variables. Okay, so let's do some plotting. Okay, so I'll not look anymore at the at this. So i-plot natin si si economics, ang nasa x-axis natin si date, and then we have a ratio here, unemployment divided by population. This is the number of unemployment in thousands. This is the population in thousands. So okay lang yan. We have now your per capita na unemployed, no? So this is the per capita unemployment. And then since this is based on a timeline, a date, no? It's best to use a geom line. Okay? So if we plot that, okay, kitang-kita natin guys yung galaw ng data natin. Now sometimes, it's not advisable to use a geom point kapag may sequencing yung data natin. But in this case, kasi apparent yung apparent yung trend, yung galaw ng data, pwede pa rin, no? Pag nagkataon lang na ganito, no? Pero pag hindi apparent yung trend, guys, then this might not be a good depiction of your data kung point ang gagamitin natin. Okay? So, ito naman, we're plotting yung a median unemployment sa geom line natin. So, let's do this. Okay, so here we're using for your y-axis yung median na unemployment plotted against the time. Okay, now, gusto natin guys, okay, paano natin mapagsasama itong unemployment median at saka yung unemployment sa isang plot? We'd like to see yung relationship nitong yung median na unemployment at saka yung per capita na unemployment. So what we can do is paano natin mako-connect guys yung mga yung years na to, okay, at saka yung dalawang data natin. So let's plot this. So this is unemployment per capita, no? And then this is your median. So let's see what happens first if tanggalin muna natin tong let's remove the geom path. Sandali. Okay. Siguro mas maganda kung idagdag ko siya dito, no? Let's add it here guys para makita natin yung comparison. Pag tinanggal natin yung path guys, okay, kung point lang ginawa natin, okay, what will our data look like? So, plinat natin yung time series na unemployment median at saka yung unemployment per capita. So, what do you see? Any comment? Makikita niyo ba guys yung galaw over time ng comparison ng median unemployment at saka yung per capita na unemployment? Wala, di ba? Kasi hindi naman natin pinasok dito yung time component. Now, kung gusto natin ilagay yung time component dito para makita natin yung changes ng relationship ng dalawang variables na to, okay, then we can make use of the path, no? So, ito combination ng point at saka ng path. Okay, so let's plot this. A combination ng point at saka ng line. Okay, so take a look at this. Ayun. So, mas nakikita natin to kasi may connection na, no? May connection na yung mga lines natin at saka yung mga points natin. However, can you see now the differences between the year? Guys, kita ba? Clear ba dito, guys? Clear yung plot natin? Madidistinguish ba natin yung 20, I think it's 1967 hanggang 20,000 something? Anong years ba to? Sabi ba dito kung anong years? Anyway, summary natin. Summary, economics. So yung date natin, 1967 hanggang 2015. Maximum 2015. Okay. Is the movement, guys, along the time series apparent here? Hindi, guys. No? Hindi naman natin ma-distinguish dito. No? So what we can do is to... So dito, guys, don't bother with the function. No? Kasi hindi pa natin na-discuss yung function. Pero ang sinasabi lang dito, nag-create tayo ng object na year. Tapos yung year na yon, guys, gusto natin na as POSIX to. This is a type of a time series. Okay? And then, ang gusto natin yung geom point natin, guys, imamap natin yung year. Okay? Yung year as date. No? Okay, so minamap dito, yung mga points natin gagawing, may coloring siya by date. Ibig sabihin, magbabago yung by years nito. So, i-plot natin to. Let's plot this. Oops. Saan ako? Mali dito. Plus, plus. Tama naman. Okay. Alright. Here, guys. Para mas kita natin. Okay. Now, naka-scale na yung year, no? Yung date. Okay. Yung year lang, guys, ng date, no? Hindi na inano yung months. Kasi masyado nang maano yung pag-scale niyan kung sinama pa natin yung day o yung months. So dito naka-scale lang yung year. So lahat ng 1967, isang kulay, and you notice the gradation of the color changes, no? Yung lighter ones in 20 hanggang 2013, I think, o 2015, yung mga light blue, no? Okay, so you can see here the differences. Well, it looks like there's a positive relationship, no? So habang tumataas yung per capita na unemployment, tumataas yung median na unemployment. So alam natin yung median, di ba? Ito yung pinaka middle portion ng data natin. Okay, yung pinakagitna ng data natin. So habang tumataas yung per capita, tumataas din yung yung median unemployment natin. And you can see the differences, no? Dun sa earlier years, nung 1967, ito yung mga red, black ones. Okay? So mababa yung yung median natin. Okay, mababa yung ratio ng unemployment, median unemployment dun sa per capita unemployment. But over time, okay? Over time, it has already increased, no? Tumaas na siya over time. So it will be interesting to know saan ba yung last point dito. Kasi, was this the last point? So nung 2015 ba, nung pinaka-last date nito, kasi wala na siya, hindi na siya nakakonect. So ibig sabihin, ito na yung last point nito, no? So nung 2015, yung particular date na yan, there was a decrease in the median of unemployment vis-a-vis the per capita unemployment. Okay, so kasi itong light blue na to, ito na yung 2015. So must be this point. Okay. So let's move on, guys, unless you have questions, clarifications. Okay, so this is quite easy, guys. Modify access, modify the access. Excuse me. Modify the access. That's very easy. So you can include X label at saka Y label. Or you can, in fact, even get the use a limit to X and limit to Y. You recall, guys, kung saan part to? Saan part to ng ano natin, ng layer? Di ba nasa ano siya? Alala nyo, guys, na nasa ano siya? Theme. Di ba, we remember this, guys? Part siya ng pagle-label, no? So, sa axis natin, these are non-data. So, they're just used for label. So, XLab, YLab. Although hindi na natin linalagay, guys, na theme, no? But understood that that's really part of theme. Kasi may intindihan ni Aryan. So, dito, guys, we're plotting yung city driving at saka highway driving. G yung point ang ginagamit natin with the transparency factor of 0.3. So, i-plot natin to. Notice that even without us identifying the labels, the X label and the Y label, nagdi-default si R na highway, Y, city, X. Kasi as defined, yung order natin, X is city, highway is Y. But if we don't want those labels sa X and Y, pwede nating i-define. X lab, Y lab. So sa group work nyo, guys, ayusin nyo rin labels, ha? Gamitin nyo to. You identify the labels, depende dun sa variables na pinaplot nyo. Okay, so if we run this, so binago nga yung labels as per required, as required. And then, if you don't want to put the labels, which I don't know why anyone would not want to put the labels, but you can do that by putting null sa X and sa X lab, Y lab, and wala na yung label. Guys, sandali, I'll just get water. All right, so here we're looking at the limits, limits of X and Y. If we plot this, guys, yung driveway, drive at saka highway, okay, if you look at this, we know that it will plot yung tatlong drives natin with respect to highway. So we can see here that yung front wheel drive, mas mataas yung mileage na as compared to rear wheel and yung four wheel. Okay, so dito wala tayong linagay na limits sa sa x-axis at saka sa y-axis. But we can do that. We can set a limit to, for example, dito y limit, sabi natin x limit, yung f at saka r lang ilagay. Okay? So if you want just to show some variables in your x or in your y, you can do that. So sa x, since character siya, since factor siya, yung pinili lang natin, yung gusto natin, f at saka r. Si y naman, you can set the range, no? From 20 to 30. So if you run this, if you take note, guys, di ba, yung values ni y from almost way below 20 and way above 40. But if we scale it just to 20 to 30 and plot this, so we have effectively just plotted yung F and R lang at saka yung 20 hanggang 40 lang. Okay? 20 hanggang, ano ba sinabi ko dito? 20 hanggang 30 pala. Then also, pwede natin gawin na here, we are plotting yung drive at saka highway again. Then, yung, wait, sandali, saan na tayo? Again, yung width ng jitter natin is 0.25. Tapos yung limit natin, yung lower limit natin is wala, ibig sabihin NA, walang limit. But yung upper limit natin is 30. So hanggang 30 lang. So let's run this. Yan. So it goes down hanggang dun sa lowest limit. Wala tayong limit dyan. Lowest value pala. And then up to 30 lang. Okay, so I think this is self-explanatory. Okay, then how about coordinates, guys? Yung default natin sa R is your Cartesian coordinate. If we plot, kunwari maglalagay tayo dito ng ano, no? Coord. Maglagay lang tayo ng plus. Then coord. Okay. If we type coord, so ito yung magiging choices natin. Yung Cartesian, guys, alam natin yan, this is the regular, this is the René Descartes Cartesian coordinate system of X and Y. Then meron tayong iba-iba, equal, fixed, may flip tayo, ginamit na natin dati ito. And then we have polar. Ano yung polar, guys? Saan ginagamit yan? So, as the help of R, coordinate, polar. In many fields, importante guys yung ano, yung circular functions, yung circles, charts that involve circles or pi. So yun ang function ni polar. The polar coordinate system commonly used for pie charts. Ang pie chart actually, guys, stack bar lang yan, no? Na kinonvert lang into polar coordinates. Parang yung stack bar natin, pinaikot lang natin siya, no? Pinaikot natin. So, stack bar kasi, di ba, either vertical or horizontal yon. Yung ano naman, guys, pag nagpo-polar tayo, iniikot natin yung stack bar natin. So, it has the semblance of a circle. So, ang syntax niya ito. Coordinate polar, you have a theta here, which is the angle, then yung start, direction, and then clip. Okay, anyway, we won't be needing this, but I just want you to be aware na you can plot, kung pwedeng i-bar plot yan, pwedeng i-coordinate yan, pwedeng i-polar yan. So let's look at this. Okay, so na to. Okay, so let me delete that. So we're plotting the the class, no? Yung class, di ba, 7 klase yan eh, di ba? Ano natin, not as a bar chart, guys, but as a polar chart. Okay? Siguro, guys, mas maganda kung may comparison tayo, no? Kung ito lang, okay, so just this one, let's plot just this one. So, iba-bar chart natin si class. Pwede siya, di ba, kasi categorical variable yan. So, automatic yan, ika-count lang ni, ano yan, ni R. And we know that it's not predetermined, no? Wala naman tayong count ng class dun sa ano natin, sa data natin. So we see this. So it's a bar chart, di ba? Okay, it's a bar chart and we can convert this into a polar. So ito yung ano natin, ito yung code niya plus coordinate polar. So ito yung mangyayari sa kanya. Yun, no? Okay? So you see this, guys? So kinonvert niya into a polar coordinates, guys, yung ano natin, yung bar. I'm not sure about the proportion of this. Must be based on the area, no? Yung area ng ano ng plot natin. Sige, gawin natin ganito. Dalawa natin. Okay, we know that SUV is the most has the most number frequency in the data. So makikita natin dito yan sa SUV. No? So proportion siya dun sa ano. I'm not sure how it's proportioned. Yeah, either by a proportion of areas, okay, and also the heights. No? Kasi dito, kita nyo yung mga rings, ano? So it looks like parang pie chart siya na medyo iba-iba yung ano, hindi siya talagang circle, no? May differences dun sa height. So again, as I said a while ago, it's like a converted bar. So we have other examples here. Okay, ganun din to guys. Dito ginamit natin yung theta. Ito yung angle. And then may limit sa angle na 70. Okay, so let's run this. Okay, so ito iba naman, no? Ito parang, imagine your stock bar, stretching it out and then putting it inside a circle. Tapos hanggang 70 yung limit natin. So ito yung SUV. Tapos ito yung, ano, yung susunod. Okay? So ganyan. So if that's, although guys, sabi ko nga, di ba, medyo mahirap makita yung ano, mas, yung bar, mas kitang-kita natin. It may not be that, sabi natin fancy, pero it serves its purpose. Kita natin kagad yung ano, madaling makuha ng human eye yung relationship with the geom bar. Pero ito guys, medyo mahirap, no? We're not good in really in comparing yung paggantong format. So that's kind of difficult. Okay, so we have other examples here. Okay, so let's just quickly run this. Mga examples lang to guys ng wait, ano to? So, okay, iba na to, no? Bar to guys, tapos continuous. Okay, we also can scale yung y-axis natin. So dito ang scaling natin is from 0 to limits 0 to 40. In-scale natin yung y. So ito yung nauna yon. Okay. So take a look at this. Okay. So 0 to 40. Anong ibig sabihin yan? Ang papasok lang guys, yung hanggang 40 lang yung frequency. Notice, itong dalawa, si compact at saka si mid-size, hindi siya pumasok. Bakit? Okay? Kasi sabi natin, yung Y natin, scale natin as continuous, ang sasama lang yung those with between 0 and 40. And since itong dalawang to, this compact and mid-size, they are above 40. So, hindi sila pinasok dun sa, sa plot. Okay? Clear to guys? Ang sinama lang sa plot, yung in-scale natin yung plots, those that have frequencies counts from 0 to 40. Okay, so I hope that's clear. Okay, so ito naman guys. What happens if we use this instead? No? Coordinate Cartesian. Y limit C is equal to 0 to 40. Okay, ano nangyari dito guys? What happened here? So what's the difference guys between this one? Ang ginamit natin dito yung scale, continuous. Versus this one, coordinate yung Cartesian. And linimit natin from C to 40. So notice the difference guys. Yung una, okay, scale continuous. Ang ginawa natin, any variable, any level or any factor that's not within yung 0 to 40, tinatanggal. Ito naman yung coordinate system ang inano natin, chine-change natin, no? So dito ang sinasabi natin, hanggang 40 lang yung Cartesian coordinate natin. So kung hanggang 40 siya, okay, papasok pa rin yung dalawa, no? Papasok pa rin. Kaso nga lang, makakrop siya hanggang 40 lang. Okay? So it depends really on what you want. No? But again, dito ang focus lang talaga, ang focus dito, yung mga items lang na hanggang 40 lang. If that's what you want, then this will be this will be okay. Tinatanggal natin yung wala dun sa range na yun. Pero ito naman, ang cleanup talaga natin yung ano lang, yung level dun sa y-axis. And it still includes all the other elements here. So I don't know for what purpose you might want this, but okay, so depende talaga sa ano, sa gusto nyong palabasin, sa gusto nyong discussion. Okay? So may konting exercises dito, guys. Okay. So ito quickly, okay? You can use ggplot for mapping, no? Magagamit natin siya sa mapping. Tapos here there's this package SF. So if we click SF, no? SF, ano ba yung package na to? Okay, so this is SF package. So it's used to okay, ano gamit ng SF? Extends data frame-like objects with a simple feature. So S doon, guys, simple feature. So ginagamit siya mostly for okay, for should be geometry list columns. Okay, so it's more for coordinate reference system, no? So ginagamit siya for coordinate reference system. So useful tong SF na to for cartography or for creating maps in R. Okay, so anyway, pakita ko na to, no? So this was just meant to highlight the fact that later on, kung kunyari yung data nyo, baka may mga longitude and latitude dyan, then pwede nyo magamit yan. So there's a package called maps. Titingnan natin ito mamaya, no? My objective here is just to show you that we can create maps in R. Okay, so ilagay ko lang to. I-run natin to. Okay, we don't need to really look at the code itself. Okay, so here you have the map of the world. Okay. So we can create such, no? So may mga konting ano dito, may mga konting information pa. All right, so theme. Okay, yung mga next, guys, yung theme. Okay, so we have actually discussed this before, pero just some additional information. Okay. So let's just run this. MPG din to, no? So ito lahat, guys, mga themes na to, no? Part of the themes kasi yung label, yung captions, we know that these are part of themes. Okay, so if you run this, nabalabas itong object na to, nakalimutan ko na kung anong labas yung plot na to. Okay, so simple lang. Nag-ano lang siya, nag-facet lang ng 1999, pero maraming binago niya yung mga labelings. And dito, dinagdagan lang ng color. Okay, this one. Okay, guys. Okay, any questions with this RMD file that we used? So, quick review lang, guys. Sabi natin na ggplot2 provides us a very vital tool in data visualization. Ang three main components siya, yung data, yung aesthetic mapping, at saka yung geom object. Of course, meron pa rin ibang layers, which there were several layers that we looked at also. Pero just with those three layers, makaka-create ka na ng plots. Now, how do you enhance your skills in ggplot? Continue, guys, watching videos, reading about ggplot2, kasi marami pang magagawa dyan, no? In our last example, which is just maps and heat maps, before we go to, also about 2:30, okay, I'll need 15 minutes for the last topic. So meron tayong mga 15 minutes for this. Okay, so let's go to the other file that I sent you, and take a look at this, guys. Most probably tidyverse meron na kayo. Map data and maps wala pa yata. I'm not sure with string R kung meron na kayo nito. Vir IDs, GGForce, meron na install na natin to. So I'll give you a few minutes guys to i-load nyo to. Tapos syempre mag-e-error yan kung wala yung iba. So paki-install yung iba. Kindly install the other packages kung wala pa kayo. No? I'll give you a few minutes. I-pause ko muna yung recording. Okay, thank you so much for informing me. Now, I hope you've noticed that it has been a habit of mine to use the help function in R. No? Kunyari, pag may mga questions, parang ito, no? Kung may mga bagong data dito, bagong package, i-help nyo sa R, and then you'll have some pretty decent information about either the package or the function that you want, that you need some information on. Okay, we know guys that some packages come with data sets with it. So tingnan natin yung data set na package na map data at saka maps. Tingnan natin. So let's run that. And so si maps, madami siyang data set na kasama, no? We can make use of this. Andito world map, environment, world cities, votes, USA map, US cities, unemployment. So yung mga maps guys, they contain data that's necessary in order to plot a map, no? So sandali, pakita ko lang ha. So let me just see longitude. Importante sa atin guys, longitude and latitude para maintindihan natin yung so let's see. All kaya natin. Ano na lang, image. So what's a good image here? Ito. So can you see guys the plot? Ito. Let me choose. Ito na lang. No? So can you see this guys? Hello, can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's taking so long. So this is longitude, guys. Okay, longitude, guys, are imagine vertical curves going from the North Pole down to the South Pole. Okay. Itong point na to, going down, this is your 0 degrees, no? Yung 0 degrees na to, sa map yan guys, tatamaan yung London yan. London. Andito si London, ang tawag natin dito is the GMT, 0 GMT. So this is the Greenwich Meridian Time. So every location here is measured by, any location on Earth is measured by the longitude at saka the latitude. Yung longitude guys runs from east to west, west to east, no? So this is base 0, parang ito yung reference point, and then by degrees yan, 10 degrees, 10 degrees, 10 degrees, 10 degrees, etc. Si Philippines is 120 degrees, si Manila in particular, 120 degrees from the 0 degrees. Tapos, ang latitude naman guys, yung gitnang-gitna, which is the equator, yun ang 0 degrees. So if you go up, yan, by degrees din yan, no? By degrees din. If you go down, negative degrees yun. If you go up, positive degrees. Sa longitude, guys, yung 0 na to, if you go to the left, that's negative. If you go to the right, that's positive. Kaya nga, minsan makikita nyo na Manila, ang location niya, 120 degrees longitude, 120 degrees east, kasi papunta ng right, and 15 degrees north. Ibig sabihin, from the equator, aakyat ng 15 degrees. No? So ganun yung naming convention, guys. So lagay natin dito. Okay. Manila. Okay. Longitude and latitude of Manila. So all natin. Ayan, no? Tingnan nyo, guys. No? 14.5 degrees north Okay? Ibig sabihin, from the equator, aakyat ka ng 15 degrees, and then 120 degrees east. Ibig sabihin, from the center, yung Greenwich Meridian Time, aakyat ka ng 120 degrees to the right, east kasi. No? So, the maps, not that one. Sana may ano tayo dito. Just one, isa na lang para images. Kaya si Manila, guys, tingnan natin kung okay to. Oops, wala yata. It's too small. Okay, pwede na rin to. Okay, ito guys yung, ito yung equator, no? 0 degrees. Tapos yung Greenwich Meridian Time, this is, ito yung 0, no? Itong line na to. Can you see guys? Can you see this? Okay, can you see this line, no? Ito yung Greenwich Meridian Time, 0 degrees. Yan, ito yung 0 degrees longitude. And then sabi, to the east tayo gagalaw ng 120 degrees. Ito yung 120 degrees, no? Okay, so 30, 60, ito yung 120. So andi dito yung ano, nasa 120 degrees east si Manila. And then, akyat ng 50 degrees pataas, north, ito, this is Manila. Kaya ang sabi sa Manila, it's, okay, ilang degrees, ano, ilang degrees yung longitude niya, it's 120 degrees east. Yung latitude niya, it's 15 degrees north, paakyat. No? Okay, so with that basic information, guys, mas maiintindihan natin yung mapping. Okay, so here, sabi natin yung map data na package, ito yung laman niya. So you can use this data, guys, in order to plot. Tapos dito, yung sa map data, maps, marami ding laman. You can find, guys, in the internet, hanap kayo ng latitude, longitude ng Philippine cities. Then, collate nyo yun. Tapos, and then, you can plot also the Philippines. Map ng Philippines. So, let's do this. So, yung map data, guys, yung function na to. Again, guys, kung it's always helpful. Map data. No? So, anong ginagawa ng function na yan? You can just check. Yan, ito. Okay, ito. No? Yung map data function, ito yung syntax niya, and then may explanation dito. No? So we won't go into that anymore. Pero ito sinasabi natin na map data USA. Okay, USA. So this is, so let's run this code chunk. Okay, so you have this USA object. Okay, it contains 7,243 rows and 6 columns. So, tapos ito laman niya, no? Tingnan nyo guys, longitude, latitude, group order, region, subregion, etc. So this is a data containing 7,243 USA cities and towns siguro. Okay, so pwede natin ma-plot to. Kasi meron tayong longitude and latitude. So ito another another data, world to hires. Tingnan natin to. Let's create an object called W2HR. Okay. Ito mas malaki to. I think 2 million 2 million na na data. Okay, so ayan, may Philippine data din dito, no? Okay, so let me okay. May time pa. So, W2HR, ayan guys. Oh. So, let me view this. So, ano laman niya? Longitude, latitude, we have grouping here, order, Canada. Of course, you can learn about this. Pwede yung i-question mark siya para alam natin kung anong ibig sabihin nun. Sa dulo nga, andito yung Philippines. And there are 2 million 2.3 million rows, no? Observations. So magandang i-download to. You can download, guys, data from R. And then, pwedeng sigurong tanggalin yung Philippines para ma-map natin yung sa Philippines. No? Okay, so let's move on. So let's now create a map. So let's create this object USA and then map data. No? Ito lang yung natin, yung data natin ng USA. And then we create this ggplot. By the way, ito yung ginawa natin kanina. No? So there's already an object called USA here. So that's our data. ggplot, and then ang ginagamit, guys, geom polygon. Okay, so it's a shape, any n shape, any n-sided shape. Data natin US, and then ang x natin, ang ilalagay natin sa x, yung longitude, yung ilalagay natin sa y, yung latitude, and then by group siya, group is equal to group. Then coordinate quick map sets the relationship between yung longitude natin at saka yung latitude. So kailangan natin itong function na to for the map. So let's run this. Hindi ko na i-run si USA kasi meron na tayo niyan. Run. And there, guys, you have the map of the US. Yun yung laman ng USA na data. Yung pinat natin yung longitude at saka latitude niya. Okay? Then dito naman, you have also this state data. So let's create this states data frame. Okay, so let's create this. So ito yung laman nun, no? May longitude at saka latitude din. Then you have the state, kasama dito yung region. Okay, yung state niya. So with the longitude and latitude, pwede nating ma-plot to. Okay, so take a look at our code. Data natin states, then again, geometric polygon, longitude, latitude, i-fill natin per region and i-group by group. Then color white, we know that the color is, this is outside, no? Okay, outside the, ano siya, the aesthetic. Color, anong ginagawa ng color, guys? Diba? Ito yung border. Tapos kailangan din tong coordinate quick map. And then this guides to leave off the color legend. Yung guides na to. So run natin. Okay. So we have here the map of the states. Nung data na states na yan. Tapos may distinction siya. Fill by region. And then group. And then color yung border. Okay. So you notice, guys, that we can use ggplot in conjunction with other reinforcements for ggplot para makagawa tayo ng maps, no? Okay, there are other examples here. Okay. So ito yung last example natin sa map. Tingnan natin to. Let's see what this brings us. Yung world naman to. Okay. Yung world to, tapos may longitude and latitude din. Okay, let's see. Yan. So this is the world map, no? Okay, then let's have this other instance. Nagbago lang yung sa color at saka gray, color at saka fill. Let's see this. This is also a world map. Yan. Okay. So notice how yung difference nito, guys, just by inserting in the geom. Okay. Just by inserting as part of your map, no, as part of your geom object. Kasi geom object natin, notice, guys, sa ggplot, hindi natin linagay yung data. Dito natin linagay yung data sa geom map. That's okay, no? And then yung A-step, dito din sa loob ng geomap, okay lang din yan. Pero yung nasa labas ng A-step, itong color at saka yung fill, that's already part of your geomap. Kaya, here, guys, makikita natin that this is a lot better than this one. No? Kasi dito, na-plot din natin yung yung aesthetic ng feel at saka ng color, which is the color of the border. Okay. So that's all about maps, guys. If you want to, marami namang tutorials if you want to really dig deeper into maps. Maganda sana guys kung yung data nyo, kaso kung wala, syempre, kung walang longitude and latitude data yung ano natin, yung data nyo, then hindi kayo makakapag-create ng maps. Kasi yun ang kailangan, no? Okay, last topic before we go to the last topic for this file, before we go to the next topic. That's your heat map. Okay, ano ba ginagamit ng heat map? So, I will leave you guys as your quote-unquote assignment na hindi nyo naman isasubmit. Learn what heat maps are for. Okay, the name suggests heat, guys. Heat kasi it evokes coloration, no? So, ang default niyan, the darker the color, the more intense, kung ano man yung mini-measure niyan. Okay? So, the lighter the color, the less intense, the lesser the intensity is. Okay, so let's create this data set. Let's call it data 1. Tapos pare-pareho dapat tayo mag-set that seed tayo ng 1, 2, 3. And it's a matrix, no? It's a matrix of 10 rows by 10 columns. So this is a 10 by 10 matrix. Our norm, guys, our norm natin 100 na mean of 0 and standard deviation of 10. Mean 0, standard deviation of 10. Okay, and then column names. Yung name ng columns natin, palitan natin, guys. Okay, ano yung paste 0? Paste 0 is a function that comes from base R. It's used for concatenating, no? Putting together. So paste 0, ano ipe-paste 0 natin? Dun sa column names ng data 1 natin, ipe-paste natin si column at saka 1 to 10. So magiging call 1, call 2, call 3 hanggang call 10. Yung column names, gagawin natin call 1 to call 10. Yung row names naman, guys, gagawin natin row 1 up to row 10. So that's what these two lines of code does. No? So let's run this. Run natin to. Control Enter. And we'll have this data 1. Asan na si data 1? So, hindi ko makita. So, i-view ko na lang. View. Data 1. Okay, so, this is data 1. Tingnan nyo guys, oh, yung naging pangalan ng rows natin, row 1 hanggang row 10. Yung column 1 hanggang row 10. Okay, do you have the same figures, guys? Pareho ba? Dapat pare-pareho tayo, no? Kasi sinet.seed natin to. So, we should have the same random numbers. Class, clear? Hello? Can you hear me, guys? Okay, so thank you. So we have already this object, data 1. And then, i-default na, mag-apply tayo guys ng function na heat map. Okay, tingnan muna natin sandali, quickly. Heat map. Okay. So saan ba nanggaling yung heat map na yan? At saka, what is that for? It's a type of a plot, guys. So this is from the stats package. Okay. A heat map is a false color image with a dendrogram. Mamaya papakita ko yung dendrogram natin. Okay, so copy ko lang to, dendrogram. So with a dendrogram, no? Okay, added to the left side and to the top. Okay, typically reordering of the columns and rows according to some set of values. Okay, according to means daw, row or column means, within the restrictions imposed by the dendrogram is carried out. Okay, so that's what it does, no? So ito yung ano niya, ito yung syntax niya. Okay, so let's run the heat map for this one. Okay, and then you'll see here the plot. Yan. Okay, so automatically guys, in-arrange na to ni ano ni R in such a way that it's it's arranged according to the row means and the column means. No? row means and the column means. Tapos ito yung dendrogram. Dendrogram yung nasa taas niya. Okay, we'll have an example of this later on. Okay, ang gawin niyo muna guys, tumingin kayo ng mga examples ng dendrograms tapos kung saan siya ginagamit. No? I'll leave that to you to look at what's the use of the dendrogram tapos kung saan siya ginagamit. Okay, so let's okay, so may mga ibang examples pa dito, no? Okay, if you want to remove the dendrogram, sorry spelling dito, dendrogram. If you want to remove the dendrogram, i-insert ko lang tong row V is equal to NA, column V is equal to NA. So if I plot this, guys, you'll see that wala na yung dendrogram natin, no? Wala na siya. Okay. Then you can change the color, no? You can change the color of the, dito kasi ang default niya parang yellow at saka parang yellowish at saka deep red siya, no? Parang ganun yung default ni R. But you can change the color, for example. Okay. By the way, guys, kunyari gusto niyo ng kulay, ano ba yung ano? Madaling makita yan sa internet. Bibigay ako ng example. Ito, RGB. No? Ito. So let me share this site. Ito yung rapid tables for RGB. Control C. Ilagay ko na lang dito sa chat box natin para makita nyo rin. Where's that? Okay, access nyo to guys. Access nyo itong linagay ko yung rapid tables na to. Okay, ito kasi automatic, no? May picker ka dito. So yung range ng color niya, di ba, nagbabago ito. Okay? And then anywhere here, you can choose. Kunyari, ito. Gusto kong tong color na to. Tapos ito yung ano niya, yung definition niya. RGB 3671-209 and HSV 228-83-82. Okay, we'll not go into the definitions of this, but itong RGB, red, green, blue lang yan yung primary colors. And then you can also use this, no? Ito. Lagay nyo lang yung hashtag. Copy ko lang to, guys. Tapos ilalagay ko dito, my colors, Control V. Tapos lagay ko yung hashtag dito. R will understand what this color is. Tapos sige, pili pa ako ng isa. Okay, dito naman sa bandang red. Okay, so kunyari ito. Itong red na to. So this is 9FOC1B. So may naming convention sila, no? Okay, so let me change this. Control V. And then you have to put the hashtag. Okay. So here I'm creating a color, my colors. And then I'm using this, color ramp palette. Kailangan natin to para yung ano yung ano niya yung what do you call it? The changing of the hue of the color, yung from dark to light or light to dark. And then i-create natin ulit yung heat map nito, data 1, then color is equal to my colors, and then 100, parang 100 degrees to, no? 100 different degrees of that color. Okay, so i-run natin. Okay, run natin itong dalawang to. Control V. And we have this. Oops. Ano nangyari? Okay, saan ako nagkamali dito? Color ramp palette, tama? My colors, color is equal to my color. Control Enter. Okay, mali pa rin. Ayaw niya tanggapin yung ano. Wait, sandali ah. Baka may package na kailangan i-ano pa ako. Sandali. Color ramp palette. So GR devices, does it mean that I have to install GR? Color ramp palette, wait. color ramp. Pareho lang siya. So GR devices. Let me see guys. Kung hindi nyo pa na-install si GR devices, GR devices. Tignan natin if it will work now. Paki-install nga si GR devices. And let me see if this will work now. Pero hindi naman namin in-install kahapon to eh. Error pa rin, no? Invalid RGB specification. Okay, so let's see if this will run without the hashtag. Kasi sa ibang package guys, kailangan may hashtag. Okay, this morning in my class dun sa FinMode, ginamit namin tong, wala pa rin, no? Okay, anyway, so it doesn't seem to work now. But what's important guys is, I gave you a site na pwede nyong, kung ano yung color na kailangan nyo, you can choose from here. Okay, you have different shades here. Lahat yata to RGB. Ilan yung color ng RGB? 200. So lahat guys, RGB combination makaka-generate tayo, I think 1.6 million colors. No? So many colors to choose from. Maraming shades kasi yan. So anyway guys, for our purposes, gawin na muna natin, palitan ko na muna ito. No? Gawin ko munang red at saka blue na lang. No? Red and blue. And then let me run this now. Okay, so nag-run na siya. Ayaw lang niya basahin yung kanina, yung designated na ano natin. Okay, so this is now our heat map, no? With the Dendrogram. Okay. All right, I have to end here, guys. So, ito, tingnan nyo na lang, guys. Kindly just try this. Tingnan nyo yung reshape, kung anong ginagawa nito. And then one last, okay. Paki-install nga, guys, yung Plotly. I have to show this to you. Plotly, please. Try nyo munang i-library, guys. Nag-run ba tong library Plotly, guys? Nag-run ba siya? Hello? Nag-run ba yung Plotly nyo, guys? Okay, good. So, yung Plotly, guys, that really is a big reinforcement to ggplot. Pakita ko lang ha. So, dito I'm using the Plotly code. Pag-aralan pa natin to next week kung a-attend kayo. Basta i-discuss ko to, no? So, Plotly will convert your ggplot into an interactive one. So, ito, i-run natin to. Let me just show you quickly kasi medyo ubos na yung oras ko. Okay, so when you run this, guys, yung Plotly, yung static na plot natin sa ggplot, it will be converted into, i-convert siya into an interactive plot. So rinan nyo na to, guys. So yung data natin, ang ginagamit natin dito yung data 1. Okay, ito rinaran ko, no? And type is equal to heatmap, no? Okay, so lumabas na ba ito, guys, sa viewer? So i-click nyo to. Yan. Okay, what happened now to our plot? Yung gray yata yung na-click ko, no? Ito dapat yung ano eh. Let's see. Ito yung original, ito yung color natin kanina. Hindi. Iba yung color nito, no? So, nagre-range siya from dark blue up to light yellow. So, ito guys, na-notice nyo to. May mga icons tayo dito because you can now play around with your plot. So, this is now created by Plotly in consonance with ggplot. Every point here guys, tignan nyo, nare-reflect kung ano yung laman nitong data na to. No? Can you see that guys? Okay, and then you can, for example, zoom in here. Okay, so gusto niyo itong area na to, mazo-zoom in niya yan. Okay, may zoom in, ano siya, yung capability. Double click ulit to go back. Okay, so you can study this guys. Pwede yung aralin kung ano yung, marami pa nagagawa yung Plotly. So this is another add-in guys to our ggplot, okay, for data visualization. Okay, sa project nyo guys, pwede nyo gamitin yung Plotly para yung, hindi pa pala, sa dashboard pa yun. Okay, sorry. Okay, last guys, last topic, I'm just going to introduce dashboard kasi dapat pareho tayo ng kabilang sessions. Okay, let's create a new RMD file. RMD file guys. And then we're not going to create a document, presentation. We're going to use a template. So from template, may nakikita ba kayo guys sa Flex dashboard? Voice out nyo na lang guys. Do you see Flex dashboard there? Hello, paki-answer guys. New R markdown from template. Do you see Flex dashboard here? Guys, pakisagot. Medyo kapos na ako sa oras.
Wala, sir.
Wala, no? Wala. Kasi hindi pa natin na-install si Flex dashboard. So cancel muna tayo. Paki-install guys, install .packages. Okay. Flex dashboard. Okay, install this guys. I will not install it anymore kasi na-ano ko na siya, na-install ko na. Okay, then once you install it, punta ulit kayo dito sa new R markdown, and then from template, dapat makita nyo na si Flex dashboard. So, I'll wait guys for you to install and then create a new R markdown, and then hindi tayo sa document presentation shiny, sa template tayo. Okay na? Okay, good. The rest guys, well, I hope na-install nyo na si Flex dashboard. Tapos R markdown ulit. Click this, di ba? New R markdown, and then template, and then choose natin si dashboard. Okay. Okay, so do you have this now, guys? Meron na tayong panibagong template, kaso hindi na siya HTML, yung dating inaano natin, no? Yung dating ginagawa natin. You now have a Flex dashboard, okay? Double colon, then Flex underscore dashboard. And then may orientation tayo in columns. Ang ibig sabihin nito in columns, guys, yung dashboard natin, yung page ng dashboard natin, ang arrangement ng plots natin will be column. Okay, then what do you see here below? First, you see here column. No? You see here column. Ibig sabihin, tapos may dash lines dito. Ang minimum dito, guys, 14 dash lines to indicate that this will be a column dun sa page ng dashboard natin. Okay, then sa ilalim guys, nakalagay dyan, chart A, ito yung title ng chart, o kung ano man object ang ilalagay natin. Tapos dito, andito yung chunk natin, di ba? So pili tayo kunyari, sige, pili tayo ng isa guys, ano natin, sa plots natin, pili tayo ng isang chunk, kahit yung ano lang, kahit yung diamonds. Okay, ito kaya. Let's see this. Oh, ito. Subukan natin to guys. Ito, no? Okay, I'm not sure if... Let me see, ha? Okay. Let's just see if it will run here. Ano bang ggplot, ggmap. Okay, subukan lang natin, no? Okay, so tingnan nyo dito guys, data width is equal to 650. Tapos sa ilalim, ibig sabihin another column to, no? This is another column of one page of your dashboard, okay? And its width is 350. Ang total dapat ng width is 1,000. So ibig sabihin nito, this column occupies 65% of your width, total width, and then the other one is 35%. Now, si column number 2 natin, yung pangalawang column, dalawa yung plot niya, no? Chart B and chart C. Kasi dalawa yung linagay natin dito. Pwede natin dagdagan yan, guys, no? You can add, for example, another chart here, no? Control C, Control D. So that means, let's make it Control D, D, no? So that means sa column na to, tatlo yung charts na ilalagay natin. And then what if you want to add another column dun sa page natin? Copyhin nyo to. Control C. If I want 3 columns, Control V. Ayan. So may tatlong columns na tayo, no? Kasi may tatlong dashes na tayo, no? Na more than 14. So ito, sobra-sobra to. Although kailangan lang 14 to indicate that that's a column in your chart, no? Okay, tapos, okay, so pwede natin lagyan ng isang chart to dito. Copy lang natin to. Control C. Control V. So, lagyan natin to dito ng chart X. Okay. Okay, we have now guys created a dashboard, no? So this is a dashboard. Ang laman nito, tatlong columns. Okay, may mali pa tayo guys kasi 650, 350, dapat 1,000 yung tatlo, no? So bawasan natin to. Sobra-sobra na to, so mag-error tayo. Gawin lang natin tong, let's say 250 for example. 250 yung width na to. Ito 250 din. Okay, 250, 250, and then so dapat to 500. Okay, clear guys? Dapat ang total dapat 1,500, 250, 250. Ibig sabihin, this first column will occupy 50% of your page. Tapos may laman siya, ang laman niya itong chart na to, no? Tapos itong column naman 250, wala tayong linagay, so empty lang yung mga charts na yan. Pero tatlong charts siya. Tapos si third column 250 din yung width niya, may isang laman siya na chart X, pero wala pa naka-plot diyan. Okay, so now we're ready guys. Pag tapos na natin ginawa to, init na natin. Need to flex dashboard. And then tatanungin ka dito guys kung saan mo isi-save. So save it anywhere you want. So ako ilalagay ko na lang siya dito sa anywhere here na lang. So sorry, not that. So ggplot2 na lang. Let me just call it flex1. Okay. Save, i-overwrite ko na rin under dito. Yes. Okay, so ang gagawin niyan guys, pag sinave nyo na, magpo-process na siya. No? Ininit na yan. Knitting. Okay. Knitting. Oops, bakit? Ayun. Nagkamali guys dito sa ano. Dito sa... Okay. Tanggalin ko na lang to guys kasi may problem tong ano, hindi pa natin pwedeng i-ano to. I'll just remove that, no? So init ko ulit, knit. Importante naman makita natin kung paano init to. Okay, so nag-save na siya. Tanggalin niyo muna guys yung plot. Okay, so this is now your dashboard. Okay. So, wait, hindi ko pala dapat linagyan natin ng title. So, lagyan natin ng title. Dashboard. Template. Okay. Then, need ko ulit. Need. Yan. So, this is our dashboard, guys. Okay, so ready time. May I have 1 or 2 minutes, guys? Okay lang ba? Okay lang, guys. 1 minute. So, sabi natin, di ba, 3 columns. Kasi 3 columns yung ginawa natin, no? So, the first column is chart A, ang laman niya. Tapos, 50% of the width. Second column is chart B, chart C, chart D, which is 25% of the width. And lastly, chart X, which is also 25% of the width. So, 3 columns yun, guys. 3 columns. And how did we indicate the columns? Ito, yung mga lines na to. 14 dapat ang minimum, guys. Can be more, guys. Basta 14. Pag 14 lines na yan, okay. Tapos next meeting, guys, ang pag-aaralan natin dun sa virtual recording ko, dun sa ano, is enhance pa natin to. Maglalagay na tayo ng mga ano, ng mga plots, maglalagay tayo ng another page. We can create 2 pages, 3 pages, etc. No? So that will be the subject for next meeting. Okay, if you want to attend, guys, please do so. All right, so thank you so much, guys. Let's end here. At least na-introduce natin yung ano, yung dashboard, Flex dashboard. Okay, so let me stop.